So it's been approximately 4.5 months since my last siyum called Shishasiddha Mishnah. So far I've been learning 5 Pedukim a day, so it should check out like again something around 4.5 months. I didn't make an exact count, but I'm pretty sure that's something around that frame. So today, Be'ezras Hashem, I'll be doing the next siyum. So let's go. Mishnah Kutsin Pairik Gimel. Yesh Shetzerichin Hechsher ve'einan Tzerichin Machshove ve'hechsher Machshove ve'lo hechsher Lo hechsher ve'lo machshove Kol ha'eichalim ha'miuchadim la'adam tzerichin hechsher ve'einan Tzerichin machshove. Some things need to be rendered susceptible to tuma, but they do not need intention. Other things need intention and to be rendered susceptible. Other things need intention, machshove, but do not need to be rendered susceptible. And other things need neither to be rendered susceptible nor machshove. Any food that is meant for people need to be rendered susceptible, but doesn't need intention. Ha chutich min ha'adam v'min ha'behema v'min ha'chai v'min ha'ufod min v'lahad ha'uf ha'tamim v'ha'chelef ba'kefarim v'shahar kol yarikut sodehim chutz m'shemarikeim v'petiriyut Rabbi Yehuda Amir chutz m'fereshi sodehim v'ha'reglahem v'nitz ha'chalef Rabbi Shimon Amir chutz min ha'akaviyut Rabbi Yossi Amir chutz min ha'kelusin hare eilu tzerichin machshove v'hechsher. That which has been severed from a human, beast, wild animal, bird, or from the carrion of an unclean bird, and the fat in villages, and all kinds of wild vegetables, except for truffles and mushrooms. Rabbi Huda says, except for field leeks, purslane, and ornithagulum. Guess just some sort of plant or some produce. And Rabbi Shimon says, except for Cinara sicaria. Rabbi Yossi says, except for Muscari kumusum. Behold, all these need both an intention and to be rendered susceptible to tuma. Nivelat behema timmeha bechol makum nivelat hauf hatahor ba kfarim tzerichin machshove ve'einan tzerichin hechsher. Nivelat behema tahora bechol makum nivelat hauf hatahor v'hachalv ba shevakim einan tzerichin machshove ve'lo hechsher. Rabbi Shimon Amir Av Hagamal V'ha-Arnevet V'ha-Shafen V'ha-Chazir. Right, just a quick note. By the way, I have here some camera preview, so to speak, and it's super awkward when I pan my eyes towards the upper left side of the screen, and when I can see myself, it's just kind of awkward. I'm really not used to that. So yeah, just as a side note, like why I'm kind of smirking or why I'm smiling whenever I kind of pan to the left side of the page. The carrion of a tame beast at all places, the nivela of a tame beast at all places, and of a clean bird in villages need machshove but do not need to be rendered susceptible. The nivela of a clean beast in all places, and that of a clean bird, and also fat in the marketplaces, require neither intention nor to be rendered susceptible. Rabbi Shimon says, also the carrion of the camel, rabbit, hare, or a chazir, pig. Hashivit mishinaten taimohum ba kedira aimbu mishum tirumahum ve'enu mitame tumehat aichalim lulevai Zeradim v'shel Eidal va Alehi Haluf Ha Shoite Einan Metamein Tumehad Achelim Od Shei mit Koho Rabbi Shimon Avner Av Shel Pa Quod Kayutze Bahim. The ant stalk, after having given its taste to a dish, is no longer subject to the laws of Tiruma, and also no longer imparts food tuma, food uncleanness. The young sprouts of hawthorn, of lapidum, or leaves of the wild arum do not impart food tuma until they are sweetened. Rabbi Shimon says also the leaves of the colocanth are like them. הכושד והחמס ברש"י בסמים, התיה והחלטית והפלפלים וחלט חריהם נלקחים בכסף מעשר ואינן מטעמים טומאת אכילין דברי רבי עקיבא. אמר לו רבי יוחנן בן נורי אם נלקחים בכסף מעשר מפני מה אינן מטעמים טומאת אכילין, ואם אינן מטעמים טומאת אכילין אף הם לא יילקחו בכסף מעשר. Costus, amomum, principal spices, roots of crowfoot, asafoetida, pepper, and lozenges made of saffron may be bought with tithe money, but they do not convey tuma, food uncleanness. The words of Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri said of him, if they may be bought with maser sheni money, then why should they not impart food to uncleanness? And if they do not impart food to uncleanness, then they should also not be bought with second tithe money. Honestly, not very sure why that's a question. Why there's a question mark at the end of this thing here. Yeah, I think that's just a typo, more or less. Like it should have been either an exclamation mark or just a regular dot. There's no question here. It's a statement. הפגין והבוסר רבי עקיבא מטעמי טומאת האכילים רבי יוחנן בן נורי אבנר משעבו ליונות המעשרות פרצי זיתים וענובים בית שמאי טעמיים ובית הלל מטהרים הקצח בית שמאי מטהרים ובית הלל מטעמיים וכן למעשרות. Unripe figs or grapes. Rabbi Akiva says they convey food uncleanness. Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri says this is only when they have reached the season when they are liable to maser. Olives and grapes that have hardened. Bet Shammai says they are susceptible to tuma, but Bet Hillel says they are insusceptible. Black cumin. Bet Shammai says it's not susceptible. Bet Hillel says it is. Similarly, they dispute with regard to their liability to maser. Hakad hare hu ke'etz l'chol devar ela shachu l'kach b'chesef maser. Ka peniut eichlin v'pitorot min ha maserot. The heart of a palm is like wood in every respect, except that it may be bought for maser sheni money. Unripened dates are considered food but are exempt from maser. דגים ממתי מקבלים טומאה? בית שמאי אבנים משיצדו ובית הלל אבנים משעמותו. רבי עקיבא אבנר אם יכולים לחיות יחד של תאנה שנפשך ומאורהה בקליפה. רבי יהודה מתחר וחכמים אבנים אם יכול לחיות תבואה שנעקרם v'miura afile b'shorish ketan tahora. When a fish becomes susceptible to tuma, Bet Shammai say after they have been caught, Bet Hillel say only after they are dead. Rabbi Akiva says if they can still live. If a branch of a fig tree was broken off, but it was still attached by its bark, Rabbi Huda says the fruit is still not susceptible to tuma. But the sages say it all depends whether they could still live. Grain that had been uprooted, but is still attached to the soil, even by the smallest of roots, is not susceptible to tuma. חלף בהמה טהרה היינו מטעמי טומאת נבלות, לפיכך הוא צריך הכשר. חלף בהמה טמאה מטעמי טומאת נבלות, לפיכך היינו צריך הכשר. דגים טמאים וחגורים טמאים צריכים מחשבה בכפרים. The fat of the carcass of a clean beast is not regarded as tamei with carrying tuma nevela. For this reason must first be made susceptible. The fat of an unclean beast, however, is regarded as tamei with carrying uncleanness. For this reason it need not be made at first susceptible. As for tamei fish and tamei locusts, intention is required in villages. Kavarit devurim Rabbi Eliezer Amreharihi Kekareka Bechotevin Alea Perusibul Ve'ena Mekabelet Timaha B'Mikumaham V'Harude Mimina B'Shabes Chayv Chatas Chachamim Alvarim Eina Kekareka V'Ayin Kotevin Alea Perusibul V'Mekabelet Tumaha b'mikumaha v'harudehi miminaha b'shabes patar. A beehive, Rabbi Eliezer says, it is treated as if it were land, and one can write a pedestal on its security. It is also not susceptible to tuma as long as it remains in its own place, and the one who scrapes honey from it on Shabbos is liable to a sin offering. But the sages say it is not to be treated as if it were land, and one may not write a pedestal on its security. It is susceptible even if it remains in its own place, and the one who scrapes honey from it on Shabbos is exempt from a sin offering. Chalut devash metamneut mishum mashike bet shame avrim meshecharched bet Hillel avrim mesherasik. When a honeycombs become susceptible to tuma on account of their being regarded as liquids, Bet Shammai says from the moment he begins to smoke the bees out, but Bet Hillel says once he breaks off the honeycomb. Amir Rabbi Hosha ben Levi Otit Hakadosh Baruch Hu Lehanchil Lechol Tzadik v'Tzadik Shelish Meut ve'Asera Olamot Shenimar Mishle Parik Ches Lehanchil Ochavai Yish ve'Otzerotahen Amalehi Amr Rabbi Shimon ben Chalafata Lo Matze Hakadosh Baruch Hu Keili Machazik Berachal Yisrael La Hashalom Shenema Teirim Pairik Hafted Hashem Os Leamoitin Hashem Yivarech Ad Amo B'Shalom. Rabbi Yehoshua ben Levi said, In the world to come, the Holy One, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, will make each righteous person inherit 310 worlds. For it is written, that I may cause those that love me to inherit Yesh, numerical value of, and that I may fill their treasuries. Rabbi Shimon ben Halafta said, The Holy One, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, found no vessel that could contain blessing for Israel, save that of peace, as it is written, The Lord will give strength unto his people, the Lord will bless his people with peace. It's so beautiful. The last word is shalom, peace. And that's also the name of God. Yeah, that's just beautiful. Baruch Hashem. may only good things come out of this scene. Baruch Hashem.